Hi Sagittarius, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, I do apologize for the sound outside. I hope the microphone is not picking up too much of it. I've been waiting for quite a while to make this recording and I sort of can't wait any longer, and so I just really hope that it's not going to mess up the reading too much. Just to try to not think about it too much. Today I'm adding a little deck to just find out your life purpose. I just felt like doing this for this time around, for these particular readings. I really don't know why. I just follow information. So, Sagittarius, life purpose, one card, and then we're going to go over to the other usual decks. Sagittarius, today we have the new moon in Libra, and I am feeling it. I don't know how about you guys. I know Mercury is retrograde. I know there's a lot of things going on in the ethers right now. So, napping in water seems to be the thing. Napping in water. Meditation. I just feel even meditation, you sort of even have to be in a certain space to even meditate. And I feel like I'm not in that space. I really had to, like, before doing your reading, usually I can take a couple of breaths and I'm right there. Today I had to take a moment. So they really want, let's just put that there. They really want something very specific for you here. Sagittarius. One card. Something very specific wants to come out. Because this is some shuffling right here. Oh. What if that was the end of that noise? No, it wasn't. Can we have a card here for Sagittarius? What's going on? Why? I just heard move on. Okay. I'm moving on. So let's see if I'm going to go back to that, or I was just so focused to get a card. Maybe they've been trying to get through and say move on for a bit. I'm just trusting the information and I'm leaving it be. So maybe perhaps they want me to go back to this later, because going back to it later might make more sense. So the Sagittarius Oracle deck by John Holland is what we're dealing with now to get your basic energy. I'm waiting for 2 cards to come out. Sagittarius. Ooh. Number 9, fulfillment of wishes. And the second card is, I almost want to say drum roll. Drum roll. It's 2 cards. And we have 2 number 9, so that's a very big significance. I'm going to start with this first. Fulfillment of wishes. So there's something that is shifting for you. Something that you've been wanting for a while is coming to fruition. Something is coming in that you've been waiting for. This card is very spiritual to me because of the parting of the sea there. It's like you decide. It's very much like the magician feeling. You can really create magic in wherever you're at right now. Very, very strong spiritual card. With that number 9, it also speaks about, and because we have 2 number 9s coming out, we're speaking about a double ending. Something is really coming to a close, and so you feel like you're closing one chapter and stepping into another, like a new chapter. And also with the number 9 there, it speaks about the unconditioned. I think either it's a 4th or 5th time that this is coming up now. Strong number 9. So when that happens, when there's like a thing that is just being repeated like that, I think it's for the collective. It's for your sign individually, but it's also for the collective. And that is the things that you've been wanting, or the things that you are looking for to create, that there is we talk about the unconditional love, and we think, excuse me, which is also true, that if you're unconditional, it means that the other person in your relationship can sort of behave or do whatever they want. Or a child, if you're very unconditional with your child, it's like you're always staying calm, you're always staying collected in your energy. Whatever they're saying or doing, you're very much in control of your alignment with yourself. An outside force or outside source doesn't depict how you're going to react. That's the unconditional love being displayed. But this unconditioned, with this number 9, with this spiritual card, for me, it's all about being unconditional, meaning you're before the relationship comes in, you're in love. Before the money comes in, you still feel secure. Before the stuff that you want is coming in, you still feel happy. Not still feel, you choose to feel happy, you choose to feel in love, you choose to feel secure. So that is unconditional. It means that before the condition is here, the actual condition is here, excuse me, it's an unconditioned. And when you're being unconditional, it just means that you're choosing your energy, you're choosing your mood, not depending on the condition or unconditioned, right? And when you have that one down, when you come that far, like when you even in the absence of something, you can choose your energy. And even when the condition is here and it's not behaving the way you want, or is not coming in the way that you thought it was going to come in, or you maybe a bit like, so for instance, the other day I heard it was this person, she was expecting money, and she was expecting so much more money than she got. And when she got it, she got so disappointed. And that disappointment in itself is going to keep the rest of the money out, rather than feeling really happy. Have you seen a child walking outside and they find a penny and they're like, oh, money! Like super excited for the tiniest little thing. And we might say, well, it's because they don't know how far that doesn't go yet. And that we don't even use those little pennies anymore. But they're like sheer excitement over nothing is what is, what we can teach. We can get something from that. So I just want to say, it just feels like you're really stepping into this, really practicing right now, practicing right now, how to be unconditional. And when you are, we have the fulfillment of wishes here. It's plural, to say that in English, plural. In Swedish, it's many, it's wishes. It's not a wish, it's not a fulfillment of a wish, it's the wishes. So when you're in alignment with this, when you sort of stay true to your own alignment, no matter what anybody else outside of you are doing, maybe a very annoying partner of yours is not behaving the way that you want them to, but it doesn't bother you, because you know that your connection to your inner being doesn't rely on their behavior, right? And when you're in this connection with yourself, this type of strong, balanced connection with yourself, everything falls into place. Even your partner will start to behave the way that you want them to. Fulfillment of wishes, really cool. And then the second number 9, which came out underneath. So there's been a long road for some of you guys. Suffering in silence comes out, but it comes out next to this passion ignited. And it comes out right underneath it. It's like, first I didn't see really what it was. And then I saw, okay, there's been a quiet moment here. There's been a quiet while for a while. You've been in this hermit mode, or this solitude, or this quiet, oh man, that sound. Quiet, nothing outside of me is is affecting my alignment. So happy. Yeah, I just got that 19 there. Okay, cool. So you've been alone for a while with this card, suffering in silence, and perhaps it has even been a bit tough that you haven't shared with other people. Sagittarius, I feel like you are really helping other people, whatever you're doing, whatever your occupation is, whatever you're working with, like career wise. I feel like you're strongly, or just maybe even as a friend, family member, you really are helping other people a lot. I'm sorry, this, I don't know, the energy around me, it really affects me. I get almost like to the point where I don't hear on one ear. I can't, so maybe that is your energy. Maybe that's the ether's energy. I don't know. So maybe you're feeling some of that, that you're saying what a lot lately. What? Va? Like you don't hear properly? Maybe there's just one of your people, and I want to let go of that energy because I want to hear. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so it feels like you're helping a lot other people, but it's not like you're receiving it back. I think it's like the rare moment happens when you actually receive, when somebody's telling you like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Are you okay? What are you doing? What are you doing today? I feel like there's a lot of people taking for granted that you are so well and fine. And although you are, it doesn't hurt to get the question every once in a while. That's what I feel around you. So, Sagittarius, you deserve to get the questions back. And there's something about coming out of this silence now, coming out of not sharing it with people. And I don't think that you necessarily go on Facebook describing your inner emotions. Sagittarius is not typically you. However, we have a passion ignited here. So when passion is ignited, it can mean two things. Either you're in an already committed relationship, and as I said, like, wow, when I had this coming out together, number 9 and number 1 there creates number 19. And 19 for me is all about the Prince of Heaven or the Princess of Heaven. Like there's a person coming to your aid, or usually when it's like the Prince of Heaven like this, it's a romantic partner coming in. So either you're igniting an old flame, like we're already in a committed relationship, and it has been a bit stagnant, it has been a bit every man for themselves, or something like that. Every man for themselves. And maybe you even had a talk with somebody. You sort of sat down and said, can we talk about this? Like, what's going on? And after having that talk, passion is back. There's a spark there again. There's a new beginning, a new start there with number 1. This could also be passion ignited for if you're single and you are looking for love, you want love to come in. I feel like for maybe the longest time you even felt like you didn't want it to. It's so interesting because it's a lot of, maybe it's due to me feeling that way because I'm on that path, and so therefore I attract a lot of people being the same. But I feel like a lot in the collective either is very much like completely wanting to be with that counterpart, that divine counterpart that is sort of going to unlock all the spiritual yumminess coming together, or it's the complete opposite. They don't want a relationship whatsoever because they're on such a spiritual path that it sort of messes with their connection with the inner being, and it's sort of, that's the focus right now. So for some of you Sagittariuses, I feel like you have been on this more quiet and alone path, not really wanting this relationship, but as of late, there's a passion ignited here. There's a wanting that has been sparked inside of you, and whether this is, we can go deeper and find out whether this is because somebody has entered your life and ignited that passion within you, or you've just come to terms or realized that maybe I do want a relationship. We can go deeper and find out. If this is not a romantic, because I had a 19 there, had I not seen that, the 19, I would have just said there's passion ignited in your life again, in your lifetime, feeling really good about yourself, coming back. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to use the Archangel Power Tarot cards to go deeper. First, we're going to go deeper into this fulfillment of wishes. Can we go deeper into fulfillment of wishes? What else do we want to tell Sagittarius, please? So, Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. So the way I translate that, because not all of that, I was drawn to read that text, but not all of it is true, if that makes sense. Just give me a moment here, please. Yeah. I'm being drawn back there to say, like, with like, you give so much, and it's about time that you receive. Or how about having that question back to you would be really fun and awesome. Although, Sagittarius, I think you resist it. With these words, you're resisting. So maybe somebody even is coming in saying, can I help you with that? And you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I got it. And you probably do get it, but it's not the point. The point is that when you start to receive, when you start to say yes to compliments, when you start to say yes to people wanting to help, or when you start to say yes, just as a simple gesture that somebody wants to pay for dinner or something like that, take it. It's like a start. It's a beautiful start of opening up that vessel to just receive so much more. And if I can get you hooked on it to not maybe just only physically receive so much more, this is about receiving insight. This is about get clearer messages from your inner being, from the spirit guides. This is when you start to become a bigger healer, way bigger, like understanding and reading people's energies, because you're in a circuit yourself. If you're shortcutting, is that how you say it? If you're shortcutting the circuit, you don't say shortcutting. Like if you interfere with the circuit, with the circle of what you're sending out and what's coming in, what sends out and what's coming in, you're gonna lose your power. And you're going to eventually find that you're not as great a healer anymore. So there's equally importance in receiving. I think I got you with that one. It felt like that. Like, oh shit, I better start to. And let's start to now receive compliments, and that's not now start to receive help because that's going to make you a great healer. Start to receive it because it feels so good. And that is going to lead to the consequence of you being more of a powerhouse, which then in return will get you to be a bigger healer, bigger impact, bigger influence. Getting information around people, and very much on the spiritual path, for sure, being more in attunement with the universe. So allow it in. Don't resist it. Allow it in. And you're already doing it. Like, this is a clarification. So for you to, like, fulfillment of wishes, you're parting the sea. You really are already a very strong manifester. I think, though, that you've been doing a lot of this on your own, meaning on your personal level. When you add the universe's help, when you add divine help, you're in a different ballgame. It's a different story. Like, then it becomes easy. It becomes fun. It doesn't feel like work. It is just, play. It really is play. So with this Four of Ariel, it's all about your heart and laying a new foundation. And it's also laying in a foundation in love. So there is a connection in here somehow, some way. This could mean that you're moving house. You literally are looking at a new house or looking at a new venue for your business. Maybe to move your business somewhere, take your business elsewhere than where you've been, or even open your business. So the foundation is in the right place. Your heart is in the right place. The foundation is in the right place. And if there's somebody out there now going, if I just could find the venue, or I even found the venue, but I don't have money for it. It feels like if you just keep walking, if you just keep moving forward, the finances are going to be given to you. The finances are going to show up, or the support or the means for you to do what it is that you want to do. If this is moving, or if this is even to get into a new relationship. I know that sounds a bit like objectifying, but I don't know if that came out clear. Like if you want a new relationship, and you feel like you put it like you compartmentalize it, like you want a relationship, you want a car. It feels like it's very objectifying, but it sort of is, because it's material and you want to attract them in. It's the same thing there. If you just keep moving forward, find your inner love, find that love that you feel on the inner planes, and you will attract them. Start to say yes to things, yes to compliments, yes to, do you want to go out and do this? Yes. Obviously, if you get a full-on no in your body, don't. But if there's like that could work, then say yes to it. And then underneath the suffering, or like is the end of the suffering in silence and the passion ignited. 9 ending, 1 new beginnings. We have 2, and then we have 15. It's so much about releasing yourself and finding your balance right now. We have number 15 there with decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back, and need to detox unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. So, and it's like you see all those birds that you're releasing here. There's one bird left in that cage. And the door is open. The door is wide open. I wanted to focus a bit better. In that cage. But for some reason, that bird stays put. And so I think that it's the final piece there of you that you just need to release sort of this final piece of yourself, or trusting that peace is going to be restored, feeling that you can move forward with whatever it is that you want. But it sort of is a decision. I don't feel like this is a decision about, okay, so where are we? It could be like, that's another topic, because it feels like you could literally be sitting in meetings having decisions about, okay, so where do we want to take this business? Do we want to move it somewhere, or should we stay put? Those kinds of decisions. This type of decision is for you to decide, do I want to move forward now? Do I want to release myself? Do I want to completely be exactly who I are? Do I want to be who I are? And receive as much as I give out. I think that's going to be a very new, fulfilling place for you. Literally fulfilling. You're filling yourself up full. And to enjoy it. Enjoy it, because Sagittarius, I know this is a very generalizing thing to say, but this typical Sagittarius is very organized, very structured, and if it kills them, they're going to make this work before they're going to have some fun. So if there's some sort of schedule or structure to follow, you're going to do that first, but it's not fun. So this comes out to find, it's a reminder to find your balance in it. And oh boy, are you balancing it out. Like at least you're practicing it to do that. Like you're standing upside down on one hand, very much living on the edge. And then you have in one of those hands, you have the yin-yang symbol. And on top of that yin-yang symbol sits the infinity sign. So the overall message that keeps coming out here is that find that inner balance, find the unconditioned, to feel in alignment whether or not things have started to work out in the outer planes for you, and you will be so freaking happy. And one way to reach this balance is to, it's not a bad price to pay, Because one way of starting to receive this balance is to start to receive, is to start to say yes to people wanting to help you, to sort of, if there's somebody sending you an hello saying, how are you? To fully get into that, how are you? To just really say, gorgeous, gorgeous, I got this question. Answer the question and thank them for sending that question. Okay? Now they want me to go to this life purpose. That's interesting. Wow. So, what life purpose card can we give to Sagittarius? I'm so curious now what's going to come out. 2 cards. Wow. So the first card that comes out is let go. You're holding a dog in your hand, and there's a unicorn. Hold on, I'm just getting some information. So first, this dog, which for me represents loyalty, friendship, trustworthiness, very much the unconditioned. Like, have you ever seen a conditional dog? Well, some might be a bit pissed that you've been a bit like stayed out too long or something, but they're really the nature of unconditioned. It says on the bottom, walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. And this is what I feel with, it's what I feel with being too structured, being too full on it, in on it, before you see an actual resolution, and before you see any sort of physical evidence of anything. There's a bit, there's not too much play here. There's too much work and too little play. And when it says let go, is that tightness of, I understand now why this had to come out now and not before, because I wouldn't have known that it's due to that you're hanging on. I'm picking up this energy. You've been trying to solve something on your own, and you're trying to just be a good citizen, and you're organized and structured. You are such a good person. That's not up for question whatsoever. But you're a too good person. You want to sort and fix and solve everything yourself, and you do not receive it from the outside. You just continue on to do it on your own. And it doesn't work for you. I'm sorry to sound a bit harsh. Let go of your own trying to fix it and receive help. Even if that help just means what do you call that? Hire some other employer, like hire a person to help you, even if that is a thing. And then there's something around a unicorn there, and if you listen to me before, you know that unicorns and peacocks are my indicator that a soulmate connection is around. And there's something about it, you thinking about it. So this is very much the Passion Ignited card. It's very much like, it's like you're standing there sort of looking behind you going, am I interested in that? Maybe I am interested in that. Or maybe I should just keep to myself and continue on my very structured path. Let go. Then comes crystals. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. And this is not a side note. This is a message all on its own. It is for you to feel whole. It is for you to feel balanced. And I think you're very much into crystals. And I think that crystals for you particularly can really do you good. Look into even so I don't know if this is true, but this is what I'm getting right now. So read up, and maybe you already know this. Read up on if you feel lonely, or if you feel like you're stubborn, you want to fix too much things on your own, to sort of being able to receive more, that there actually is a gemstone or actually is a crystal out there that is helping with that. And I get, for the heart, quartz, rose quartz. Rose quartz is very beneficial for you at this moment in time. Okay, I'm going to go deeper into this and see what else I can find out about you. So if you resonate with this reading, the link is in the description box. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon, Sagittarius.